Good morning, everybody. Happy Harness Your Hump Day. I'm Tom Harness, owner of Harness Digital Marketing, here today to have a very, hopefully candid conversation. I got this shirt from a company and I never knew when the right time to wear it because obviously during COVID time, it didn't seem to be appropriate. It says, "My rights don't end where your feelings begin." And I've been very conflicted with that statement and wearing this shirt, but I felt it very good to wear today for our topic on controversy and your brand. Over the last couple of years, you would think maybe even longer, but over the last couple of years, we have specifically had a lot of controversy among businesses. And I want to talk a little bit about it from a small business perspective and from a bigger perspective because I don't necessarily think that it's right or wrong. I just think it's a good starting point for discussion. And then I also have some tips for you to kind of consider. Now, I would never tell you how to run your business and what to do, but I do think that it's good to have discussions and get different perspectives on how people view it to help you make an educated and informed decision on whether or not you want to bring controversy into your business. So I want you to think just for a little bit about that statement because I go back and forth with it. My rights don't end where your feelings begin. So just think about that and we'll come back to that to the end. And if you have any comments about that, please put them in the comments below and we can discuss it. So I've always tried to stand for something, and I think all businesses need to. I think it's part of their company culture, and I think that's what helps define them and separates them from other businesses. In the back of my mind, a lot of military, veteran-owned businesses are very out there on civil rights, gun rights, the Constitution, and I think that fits well. Things that come to mind are, grunt-style T-shirts, Black Rifle Coffee. There's a bunch of different businesses that are veteran-owned, like nationally, and even in your local communities, that probably stand for something. The biggest thing that I can tell you is that I'm pro-flag and I'm pro-American, I guess is the best way to say it. Not a force or an indoctrination part of it, but I would say that I'm definitely embrace that, and I want to help create an environment, a positive environment that is mutually beneficial for all parties, everybody that's American, everybody that lives in America. And it's hard because those are hard conversations to have. So in your business, there's 3 questions I think that you need to crucially ask yourselves if you want to get involved. And now that we're getting out of COVID, now we're having discussions on, early on it was wear a mask and you have to wear a mask and you can't come in my business, and then you're told you can't open your business unless you do this. And now we're vaccinated. We're getting there. Now you can have your freedoms back. You can have some things back to help you with your businesses, however you view it. I'm not pointing one way or the other, but however you view it. I guess that's another thing. I'm pro-business, so I guess I better throw that out there too. So when you have these controversies swirling, how do you as a business in this world, especially a small business, you're kind of like this little fish in this big sea of like everybody's telling you what to do, but you have to make things, you have to walk a fine line because in small business, you can't isolate yourself too much. Good morning, Michelle. Hope you're up and at it this morning and you are ready to start this beautiful Wednesday. So here's the first question you need to ask. Does the controversial topic align with my company culture? Okay. I don't think that a lot of people do that. I think business owners react. My company, especially big companies, you lost that a long time ago. Most of you have board of directors. Most of you have hundreds of employees, right? So your company is bigger than you, right? And being a leader and being a business owner, those to me go together. And what that means is you have to separate the two or define the company culture or align the company culture with your views. Now, some people will tell you that's not a good thing. The company should align with the company culture and the people that you hire, right? Which depends on how you have it. Some people might say that Steve Jobs basically created a company and a culture that was what he wanted. And it was maybe not necessarily the best. If you watch the Michael Jordan documentary, you knew that his expectations were high, and you either got on his team and you played to his level, or you didn't play. So I think that later on he learned a little bit more of a different style, but that's what made him and the Bulls successful. So there's no right or wrong. It's just, I think, being consistent with your company culture and aligning with any controversies that come along. So as we move towards this kind of post-COVID, and we're going to start having discussions on, well, you can now come in to my business if you're vaccinated. Now, it is the honor system, and I will tell you 100%, I am not in favor at all of people having papers or documents. That scares the absolute shit out of me for many reasons that we won't even get into here. But again, in America, I think you should have choices, right? If your business wants to mandate or you want to have people show, then you have to also understand there's people that don't want to come into your business because of that. I'm all about making sure that we have the opportunity for our rights, right? Not to dictate or not tell people what to do, but to have the option and the choice. Having served, I have been to other countries where that is not the case. And it is not a great environment to live and work in personally. Now, that's me. I also respect other people's views of that, and I have many friends that we don't agree on everything, but we have conversations, and most of them are my military friends. And speaking of which, one of them is on here. I don't know if he's still on here. Good morning, Josh. How are you this morning? Would love to hear some of your comments, Michelle too, on my shirt. My rights don't end where your feelings begin. So make sure, number one, that your whatever controversy that you're going to get sucked into or that you're going to get involved in out of your choice or not, that it aligns with your company culture and you stick with it. I think that your employees will appreciate that and listen to them. Listening doesn't mean that you do what they say. Listening is you actually listen and understand and you make decisions based on that. And as a leader and as a business owner, you have to daily, if not hourly, make decisions that people aren't going to like, and you have to be okay with that. Number two, am I willing to sacrifice revenue? This is a big one, especially for you small business owners, right? Even ones that have board of directors, big, large-scale businesses. Are you willing to side with something and have people boycott? Now, here's the thing. Target's been boycotted, Walmart's been boycotted, Starbucks boycotted. Here's what's interesting. Because of marketing, because of habits, because of all the millions and billions of dollars that they've put into it, they know that you're going to come back. Facebook, same thing. I'm quitting. I'm giving it up. Then you're back. Now, that doesn't mean that your business is not going to take a dip. But it does mean if you're consistent with your brand and your marketing and you stay the course, you'll go back up. What's interesting, though, with the company, the revenue is, you've seen this in the news, too, where someone sides specifically with, an example would be the president. Anybody business that was siding with the president, people were then so pro-supportive of that business that it actually increased their revenue because people were like, all right, you side, you're good. And this was our past president, President Trump, sorry. Now that can go both ways. Same thing can go with those that are supporting President Biden. So just understand that when you align, don't think that people are all going to be with you. And you can indirectly affect your revenue, which means you could also affect other people's jobs in your company, right? So again, back to what I originally said, the business and the company is bigger than you and your views. You have to take those into consideration. Are you willing to go to battle? And is your company, your employees, your board, are they willing to back you too? Because sometimes people lose their CEO positions too because of the views that they have. So just remember that revenue does drive a lot, and your decisions will impact that. Number 3, what is my true intentions, right? Are you just pissed off? Are you just mad? Is there other underlying things that are you stressed out and this is just another thing to help you vent, right? What are your intentions? For me, like I said, one of the biggest things is the flag, being patriotic, and I support the flag. If people don't appreciate and like that, that's okay. I'm just not, I wasn't for kneeling for the anthem. I wasn't for burning the flag. It was real big and popular in the 80s. I'm not for that. But here's the deal. We live in America. We have that option. I hate saying it, but our rights extend to everybody. They're not just the rights of what we want. I think when you create a good leadership and when you have people willing to go to bat for your company or your business, and you include them and you listen, I think that helps you decide, or helps them decide whether or not to follow you or to respect you, right? We become so divisive, and I know everybody keeps hearing that and saying that, and maybe we just need to stop saying that, because I think we have a lot more in common than a lot of people will agree to. So what are your intentions? Why do you want to stand up for whatever the topic is? And does it really matter if you do that and associate your business with it or your personal branding with it? Those are all things that you have to do. Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, a person I follow a lot, he is very controversial in the fact, which isn't even controversial, in how he swears and how he just calls it and sees it how it is. And that's hard. It's very harsh, but it's real and it's raw, but it's him. And his intent is, I'm guessing, because only he knows his true intentions, is to just basically put it out there and say, listen, this isn't pretty. This is not the way it's supposed to be, but here you go. It's not a birthday cake with unicorns and rainbows. Here you go. And people connect with that. And that's what I've connected with too. So let's see what else we got here. I'm pro kneeling because I'm a veteran. So see, we have, Josh and I have completely different views, but the one thing that we can find a foundation on is the fact that veterans do fight for freedoms, and veterans do want equal, I wouldn't say equal rights, but equal opportunities for everybody. And I think when I served, and I can't speak for Josh, but when I served, I absolutely didn't go over there thinking I was fighting for just white men. I was fighting for everybody back home, and I wasn't in a combat. I was in a combat zone after the fact, but I wasn't shot at. I didn't have to do anything. But when I was over there, and if I ever got sent, I wasn't fighting for just one person or one class in a society. I was fighting for everybody, and I was serving for everybody. So perfect example. Yeah, Josh and I won't agree on that, but you know what? We're still going to be friends, and we're still going to hang out. We're going to still have controversial discussions, and we're going to do it civilly, and we're probably going to do it with a lot of veteran references of slashing each other's branch, probably a lot. So those are the 3 things that you really need to consider when you're going to bring your brand into a controversial topic. And again, there's a lot of controversy right now within the communities and the business realm, with COVID, with vaccinations, with everything. And then I'll have to check that out. But Josh posted a link, so check it out if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about that. 3 things. Does the controversial topic align with my company's culture? 2, am I willing to sacrifice revenue? And 3, what is my true intentions, or what are my true intentions? My English teacher would probably get on to me for that one. All right, everybody, remember every Monday, check out Crystal Davis's Marketing Makeup Monday. She is amazing. She gives some inspiration and some marketing tips on how to brand yourself through makeup. She's amazing, and you need to check her out every Monday. If you miss it, you can go on to our Harness Digital Marketing Facebook video page, and there's a whole playlist dedicated to that young lady. All right. Also want to thank Withers Broadcasting and Dana Communications for their continued support of Stars and Stripes SI. Please go, if you're in the Southern Illinois area, please go join the group and support your veterans, support your veteran businesses, and just let people know that you are in support of all of our wonderful businesses, organizations, and events throughout Southern Illinois that benefit our local veterans. So, upcoming events. We're winding down. We only got a couple left, but Carterville Sunset Concert Series every Thursday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. The music this week is Lone Howl. So it's just one howl. So it's Howl 1, I guess. So it's Lone Howl. Food trucks this week are SI Meatball, yummy, Caribbean Hut, another good one, and Sweet Shishkabob. You can go to the Carterville Community Center at the park, and the event is in the back outside of the Carterville Community Center. Currently, right now, I don't know if Michelle is still on. Those of you that signed up, or you just got this virtual 5K feeling that you got to get out of your system, the Southern Illinois Wellness has the Catch Us If You Can virtual 5K. I finished mine last night. I did a nice little walk. I walked my 5K. I was feeling pretty good, and then I submitted my photos to Michelle so she could have, and I could, she knew that I actually followed through with what I said I was going to do. So it's May 15th to the 29th. You can sign up, and that is to support the Catch Us If You Can, the Catch program. And I walked my 5K in honor of all my brothers and sisters that are veterans that are struggling with PTSD, have lost the battle to PTSD, and are struggling with suicidal thoughts. So that was my walk for my people, and I hope that you find someone that you can walk for as well. Also, speaking of that, Brian Gibson over at Project Diehard, July 26th to the 29th, we got a little bit, but he has the FOB Rush GI Party. It's going to help clean up the venue that was donated to him. He's going to use that facility for veterans and their families that are struggling through PTSD, that are some mental illness and some struggles and battles that they're having. And if you can, we're looking for volunteers. Brian's looking for that, so head over to his page and you can get more information about that. All right, everybody. I hope you had a good day, and thanks for joining, whether you were live or you're watching as a rebroadcast. If you found value or you have questions, please post them in the comments below or reach out to my team and I here at Harness Digital Marketing. We would love to hashtag turn the light bulb on for your business or organization. All right, everybody, have a wonderful, beautiful day, and peace be with each and every one of you.